One of the key aspects here is we were talking about how to link the international and the national and the local financing to make effective, sustainable urban transport. Different sources of financing basically have different objectives, restrictions and risks to the financing. And you will find different financiers have different ideas of what they should be using their money for on a particular project. And also public transport, as has been discussed, also meets a very heavy social need. And many of the benefits of public transport are not actually quantifiable and financially viable. So that actually is a very big challenge when it comes to development banks when we are trying to do our nice financial analysis of these projects. So these various aspects have various attractiveness to the different agencies. What I just want to touch on here, I mean, I believe we're all converted here about public transport, just how the different aspects actually impact the financing. So in terms of defining the financing needs, when you actually define a scope, do you define just the small project or the bigger project? Do you segregate the project into bankable, financeable packages? And do you have a short-term vision or a long-term vision? Unfortunately, what I've experienced in India so far is they're very much project-focused. They have a nice vision, but the financing itself is very much project-focused. And the reality is, as we've all discussed, I mean, there is some recognition of a cross-subsidy between public transport or the general budget. I mean, this has to be recognised at some sort of governmental level, either explicitly or implicitly. We've had a lot of experience in Vietnam where they've actually give a very large national government subsidy. For example, 70% of all lending for infrastructure, all the infrastructure components are granted to the city. There's no actually financial cost to the city to build the infrastructure. The actual equipment, the services and everything is actually a city cost. So there, from a city perspective, the operation of these systems will become very much more financially viable by having an implicit cross subsidy from the central government on an ongoing basis. And quite critically is the timing of your cash needs as well. What you can find is that, I mean, delaying the financing, you'll do projections, but they'll inevitably be delayed. But then if you don't have the financing in place, you can't get projects started. So you have the cost of capital versus the risk of penalties during the delay.